20 weeks of consistency, 20 weeks of showing up for yourself, 20 weeks of saving. We are officially in week 20. How cool is that? So we are waiting for people to join the live. Let's give them a few minutes. Oh my God, I didn't know the light went off. Let's give the members a few minutes to join the live. If you know someone who needs to be in today's live, please alert them. I'm just checking whether the volume is okay. We had an incident of power not working. Welcome, everybody. Yes, so today's live will have two different. Today's live will have two different approaches. I don't know who is calling. Let me just check. Sorry about that. I can see people are joining. If you know someone who needs to be here, please alert them that we are live. Yes, we are officially 20 weeks. So we are here to do a catch up for the 30-week saving challenge. And after that, we are going to do another catch up of our ongoing 60-day money moves challenge. Maybe I would like to know how many of you are on the two challenges, and if you're on one challenge, which one did you choose? I'd like to know there in the comment section so that I know who I'm engaging. And also, if you're not in any of the challenges, but you would want to join, let me know there in the comment section. I'll read them as we continue. Yeah, so let's welcome the members as we wait for the others to join. Welcome, Mohammed, Edward, Juliet, Jerry, Jonah, Ndegwa, Gitehi, Nash, user 459, Carol, Star, Easy Nails, Mo, Nyambita, Janet, Nesia, Lenny Ray, Josephine, Dila Prince. Even if I didn't mention your name, you're most welcome to today's live. Yes. If you're joining us for the first time, give me one sec. Sorry, I'm still getting a call, which I'll call back when I come back. So I want a few people to join, then we can start. Anyone who will miss the starting point will need not to worry because the full recording of this live will be available on YouTube. Yeah, so even if you know someone who will not be able to join now and will join a bit later, not to worry. Yeah, I'm still waiting in the comment section to just see who started with us the 30 weeks saving challenge, who joined along the way, who is on both challenges. You can just answer one of the questions so that we can join. And as you get in, just give this live a like. Let's show TikTok that we are consistent and you're enjoying this kind of content. Yes, so that they can share with other people, and also um, the algorithm can distribute to more audience. Same case with YouTube. So if you're on YouTube live, make sure to like the video and you can share both on TikTok and YouTube. Yes, today I don't intend to wait for people for so long because the recording is available on YouTube. So we can go straight to the 30 days, 30 weeks saving catch up. Yes. So the theme of the week is week 20 catch up and staying consistent with your savings. It's not about perfection, it's about progress and consistency. Let's reset, refocus, and keep moving towards our financial peace. And announcement even before we start. We're going to start our 52-week saving challenge on the first week of January. So as soon as we are done with this one, which is ending on 28th, we are starting the 52 week. This is a request from all of you. It's actually I had not planned it at this point. I wanted to share it a bit later so that I don't overwhelm people with challenges. But someone came up with the idea and said we should work towards having a new challenge in the new year. So 52 weeks saving challenge starts at the beginning of 2026, the first week. So in case you missed this particular one, or you are just starting along the way, or you didn't make much progress, don't worry. We have another one which is coming up starting the first week of January. Okay, it's not too early to announce, so it's fine. First of all, can you believe we are 10 weeks away to the end of the challenge, which also tells us that we are 10 weeks away to the end of the year? Oh my God, I think life is moving too fast for all of us. I don't know whether it's just me, but life is moving too fast. Yeah. So, whether you have been saving consistently or you fell behind a little, today is your reset moment. Because this challenge, as I have always said, is not about being perfect, it's about being consistent. Okay? So, let's recap where we started. Let's take it back for a moment. How did how we began. I just felt um, the urge of saving for the new year. And I felt like instead of saving for just myself, we try and save as a group who will motivate me as I motivate them. So when I started, I didn't expect a huge reception because people always have different perceptions about saving, but the turnout turned out amazing. And actually, I don't regret sharing it online. And this is actually the reason why we are told sometimes, even if you're not certain about something, share it with people so that they can help you keep on track with what you want to achieve. Because now, because I am accountable to you and you're accountable to the group, I am able to keep up with the challenge. That is a plus for me. I'm actually so proud of myself because I've kept up to my promise, and I'm sure some people in the group have also kept up to the promise. Yes. So if you have something you would like to share with the world, or you would like to try a challenge with people, don't hesitate. It actually keeps you on your toes. So that's our starting point. So the first 10 weeks were all about building the saving habit, learning to save something, no matter how small. I remember the biggest challenge we had in the beginning is people wondering, where do I even get money to save? But over time, I have seen consistency, I have seen dedication and commitment, and I can only say I am proud of you for showing up for yourself. I was showing up for me, and now, by extension, you showed up for yourself, which is so cool. And it gives you that hope that no matter how little, you can actually be able to save. And with time, you'll be able to grow your savings gradually. I'm sure most people agree. Yeah. So, of course, we were also having issues of struggling to figure out which mode of saving we are going to use. And finally, we settled on four. We said, I recommended either a piggy bank, just in case you have cash and you don't have time to take it to the bank, or you don't have time, or you don't want to incur the cost of loading it somewhere, just save it in your piggy bank. Okay. The other closest home is mobile money. If you have a phone, there's a possibility you also have a mobile wallet, so you can use that mobile wallet. I don't know what's happening with my light today. Okay. And the third option was your ordinary savings account. Let me just, okay. Your ordinary bank savings account. And this, you can actually automate it if whichever bank you get your income or your pay through, you just link you just link your savings to your savings account. Most of the banks will not charge you for channeling your savings, so it's absolutely free, and it also keeps you on your toes because once you automate, you know you cannot withdraw. Okay. The other one, which is the most recommended, is the money market fund, which I said, okay, most people consider it as um an investment tool, but I look at it as a saving tool because it doesn't give you a lot of interest. So, but it's a good way to start your saving journey and your investment journey. So you can consider it as both ways, as an investment because it is giving you returns, and as a saving because you get better interest as compared to the other three options that we have talked about. Okay. And along the way, we made partnership with Kuza Asset Management. The link is on the profile, and um, Etika Capital, for purposes of you being able to easily open a money market fund. The links to the two are on the profile For Kuza, you just follow the link so that you're in my profile. For Etika, you have to put the referral as the money and mindset at gmail.com, so that you're profiled under my profile, so that anytime we are getting any benefits for the members, you don't miss out. Anytime you have a question or a concern, we can be able to assist you get the feedback. Okay, so that was our first week. So our first 10 days, sorry. The same time, we also decided to name the specific goals. This is at the point of opening whatever mode of saving that you're using. You have to make sure you know what you're saving for. Do not just save. You say, I'm growing my savings for what? And the rule was, first, if you don't have an emergency fund, you make sure that you have an emergency fund. If sorry if you have an emergency fund and you want to save for a short-term goal, then you go for the goal that you want to save for. Okay, so the goals that we were looking at is, of course, the emergency fund. If you don't already have it, maybe you can save for school fees, for December expenses, for January expenses like me. You can save maybe for a holiday that you have been desiring to go, maybe for your own school fees, your kids' school fees. I have said this time and again, can you imagine for the first time you don't take your child back to school on loan? You have managed to save the school fees and you have been able to take them back to school without taking a loan. Okay? If you have been saving since week 1, please drop a comment. I'd love to know who has struggled and kept up with this challenge from week 1. From whichever week, let me know the members of this challenge by show of a like or a comment, whichever works for you. Okay, so we are now set. We have struggled to figure out how we will be saving, where you will be sacrificing so that you get money to save in the first week, in the first 10 days. The next 10 days, that is the 11th to 20th. By now, my expectation is that you're consistent and you have seen your savings grow bit by bit. And if you followed the weekly saving plan, you're somewhere sitting between more than 50% of your goal. Something I forgot to say about week 1, we didn't set a specific target in terms of the amount. If you see me looking both sides, I have YouTube here and I have TikTok here. So I have to try and balance. Okay. Yeah. So we didn't set a specific amount for everybody in the group. And this is why. We all don't have the same capacities. And if you find a challenge that does not accommodate your kind of finances, you will decide not to join. Perhaps you want to save 1 million. Then we are saying we are saving 100,000. Perhaps you want to save 10,000. Then we are talking of 100,000 or 200,000, which you cannot be able to save. Someone wants to save 500,000, another one 50,000. So we want to accommodate everybody at the same level in terms of no matter what your income level is, you can be able to save something without feeling left out, without feeling like you're under saving, because we all have different capacities. Okay, so that's a powerful start. By now, we are expecting everybody is past half of what they intended to save from the onset. Whether you joined along the way, whether you joined at the beginning, definitely, I am sure you're somewhere past the halfway mark, because I've been sharing the different amounts at different points. So I'm sure we are all almost halfway, if not However, if you're not halfway, maybe because you lagged behind or you missed a week, don't give up. We are going to talk about that part as we continue with this catch up. Okay? So, depending every week there's a milestone, so I'm expecting that you are somewhere, and if you're stuck or you have any questions or concerns about the challenge, just drop them in the comments. I will answer them as we continue. Okay, if you are anywhere around that middle zone, give yourself some credit. You've had the hardest part, you've done the hardest part already, building the discipline muscle. And that's why I've been saying you don't have to specifically save the amount that you promised yourself. In case you find yourself getting stuck, don't give up. Keep going, and at some point, you will definitely be able to catch up. Don't give up, okay? So here is where when we talk about that person that has been struggling to be consistent. If you're behind, this is how to catch up. This is like a reset plan for yourself, okay? Okay, you may have missed a few weeks or maybe fell off track. Don't panic. It's normal. Life happens, and the key is how to bounce back. So, this is what we want to focus on. If you fell behind, you need to bounce back. So, how are you going to bounce back? Check where you stopped. Open a saving tracker, either a notebook or a tracker, and write down the last completed week. Then calculate the gap. Like for instance, if you stopped at week 14, you're now 6 weeks behind. And then multiply your week saving target times whatever weeks that you're lagging behind to know your total arrears. And then you just know that you owe yourself that amount. For instance, if you dropped at week 6 and you're saving 100 shillings or 1,000 shillings, so you'll take 6 weeks times the 1,000 shillings per week, that is 6,000, and then you will know you owe yourself 6,000. Then you can break it down, because by the fact that you're not saving tells you that you're struggling capacity wise. Okay, don't pressure yourself to pay it all at once. Split it over there. I would say the remaining 10 weeks. You can say 6,000 divided by the 10 weeks. You get 600 per week. So if you're saving 1,000, you need to save 1,600. If you're saving 100, you need to save 160 to catch up on the missing weeks. Okay? Or you can either add every week depending on your capacity. So if you're able to catch up at within a shorter time, you do the shorter time. If you need time, then you give yourself that time. Okay. Then, because perhaps you are using a piggy bank and you're not disciplined, you can now automate your savings by using your mobile money or the money market fund, which limits you from withdrawing, because maybe you're lagging behind. Sorry, because maybe you're lagging behind because a certain week you withdrew from your mobile money. But if you put it in the money market, it takes 48 hours to withdraw, which, unless it is an emergency, it will not make sense for you to save for 20 weeks and then you just withdraw. It doesn't make sense. I've not seen any likes. Does it mean that everybody on this live is new? We are glad to have new members, but we also like to know how we are keeping up with the challenge. So if you're new, you can even comment and tell us you're new and what you would want to understand about the challenges. If you're existing, a like will communicate to me that you're following the challenge and you're also following the live, so that I don't find myself talking to I don't feel like I'm talking to myself. Okay? Then remove the temptation to use that money. I've shared previous videos on how to deal with the temptations. Okay? And actually, to talk about the temptation, someone on WhatsApp asked me, the WhatsApp group. If you're not already in the group, the link is on the profile. So everything is on the link tree. So you just follow the prompts. So someone asked me that, is it not being too stingy to yourself if you're denying yourself some of these things? And this was my answer, which is still the true position. By you denying yourself something today, you're not saying you're not going to have it, you're just delaying it. I don't know whether you understand. There's that aspect of having something or not having something at all. What I'm talking about is not having it at all, but delaying it. That is where the difference is. I'm not saying you sacrifice it forever. I'm just saying you delay it so that you are able to have it when you can afford it. Yes. Hey, Ditch of Pevu. I can see people are now interacting and members are talking. And I want valuable engagement on the live kindly, which relates to our kind of content. Um, yes, kindly. I don't want the posts that I'm seeing here. Yes. Okay. And maybe I can even address that comment here. We have Jichopevu here who has said, because I'm very sure maybe some of you have TikToks, also you are on social media. So he's saying that I give him work to tap the screen until 3K likes, and then he will buy me supper. I will buy him supper. I don't think it is good to be dishonest. I don't need to buy the likes because I know there is someone who is interested in this content. So let's focus on communicating to a person, not robots. Because I feel like what he's saying is like either robots or getting maybe 3,000 of his friends to like. It's not a good way of growing on social media. And I will speak from experience, by the way. When I started YouTube, because I started YouTube first, we were having groups of watching each other throughout the night. You leave your laptop running the whole night. And let me tell you, I had to drop that page because I was not talking to people, I was talking to bots. So if you also want to grow on social media, communicate and you will get the audience who are interested in the kind of content that you're posting rather than buying bots. Okay? My light is misbehaving today. Let me just adjust it. I hope it doesn't misbehave again. Anyways, my apologies for the diversion. Okay, so as you continue with the saving, make sure you celebrate your wins. Every time you catch up, celebrate yourself. And by celebrating, because some people don't understand the true meaning of celebration. By celebrating, you can just pat yourself on the back. You can just cook a nice meal for yourself, but don't go partying when you're still struggling to catch up with the challenge. The saving, the best thing about the saving is because the saving is for your own good. I'm only here to police you to save, but when you create the target, when you create the consistency and discipline, you will have yourself to thank. Okay? Then you can ask yourself some of these questions. Um, what happened? What helped me stay consistent in the first 20 weeks? That will even help you as you prepare for the 52-week saving challenge starting on the first week of January. Because if you're consistent for 30 weeks, 52 weeks will be awesome. Okay? Yes. So, what caused me to fall behind? That is, if you fell behind, just check through. Is it this something that we call delayed gratification, like saying it's something that you have been desiring, but at the moment you can't afford it, but you want to still buy it. You can actually save for it without necessarily. Do you know the best thing about saving is you can even save to treat yourself for lunch. Say you have been desiring to go to Kempinski if you're a Kenyan, and maybe dinner there is 2,535 thereabout, and you just want to have a feel of how you can treat yourself, you can save. Don't say you have too little money that cannot take you to Kempinski. You can save until you get to that 3,000, 5,000 that will give you maybe a meal at that place that you desire. So it's not like saving is putting money aside or denying yourself. And the misunderstanding that happens is you put money aside without a purpose. That's why it feels like denying yourself something, or you're being stingy. But when you put it aside with a purpose, it actually motivates you, one. And two, it stops being like, I'm saving because people are saving. Yeah. What can I do differently in the next 10 weeks to stay on track? Well, this is an assignment for you. So you need to assess yourself and see what you need to work on. Then, do I still believe in my goal, or do I need to remind myself why I started? I think you need to answer yourself that. And these questions will only arise, especially this one, if the goal is not the motivation that keeps you saving. Say, for instance, you have always desired to take a holiday. Can you imagine just one day you take a holiday that you have paid without borrowing? You go enjoy yourself and come back like without draining your finances. I'd love to know if there is someone who ever desired to have a holiday, then after assessment, you could see you cannot afford. Later, when you took the saving habit, you are able to travel. I am one of them. I thought traveling was for the rich until I learned how to save for travel. Yes. What's one saving habit I can strengthen this week? What are you going to do different to improve on your saving? You can answer yourself. Because saving isn't just about the numbers, it's about the habits that support your financial peace. Yeah. Okay. So let's have motivation for the week. Why is week 20 a big deal? Week 20 is where many people drop off, but not us. TMG Circle Farm will go all the way to week 30. You can't hang in there for 20 weeks only to drop off 10 weeks to the end of the challenge. I have faith in all of you. So make me proud, okay? And of course, let me see some likes so that TikTok can also share the video to other people, and they can also be able to join and benefit from this kind of content. Okay. This is the moment where discipline starts paying off. when the amount saved starts to look real. Your goal was 30,000. So you were saving 10,000 per week. So by week 20, you have 20,000. Can you imagine when you started, you were wondering, how can I save how can I have 20,000 in my account? I am a hand to mouth person. I am a payday to payday person, and my income is hardly enough for myself, for my family. Now you have 20,000 saved, or even 2,000. Like we said, we are here to grow. If you started with 20,000 by within 20 weeks, or you started by 2,000 or 200,000 or 2 million, that means you can be able to take the next challenge by doing maybe double, because you've realized you're covering the money leaks that would have stopped you from achieving your goal. Yeah. So you're not just saving money, you're proving to yourself that you can commit and follow through. The key motivation is discipline is the bridge between goals and results. You're closer than you think. Even 100 shillings saved is better than zero forgotten. I am sure if you are struggling to save 2,000 and you started saving 100 shillings from the beginning, now you have that 2,000 that maybe you wanted to save for the longest time. 20,000, 200,000, 2 million. You see, so it's all up to you to change your story. So what are we going to for a few tips for the coming 10 weeks? If you're struggling to save, you can lock in automatic saving. Maybe you place a standing order, which is immediately after you get your income so that you don't get temptations. Okay, or you set a goal that automatically picks the money from your account. Then you need to name your money, label your savings account, emergency fund, travel, Christmas, New Year, school fees. It reduces temptation. Can you imagine if you're saving for your child or your own school fees and you find yourself stealing? How embarrassing could that be? You know? Yes. So you need to also visualize your goal, create a simple tracker, and fill in the boxes each week so that you keep yourself on your toes. If the WhatsApp group, the live are not pushing you enough, you need now to push yourself. Yeah. Then reward consistency, not perfection. A small treat or shout out for every 5 completed weeks would go a long way in motivating you to keep going. Okay. Stay accountable. Tag a saving buddy or check in every Sunday, even in your own stories. Do you know most people uh, have this habit of posting things on social media without um without who just want to show their progress and their successes or even their fails. This is one of the things you should be posting on your stories, so that when you don't post, maybe you have a buddy who will ask you, does it mean that you didn't save this week? Or okay, so just keep pushing yourself. Sometimes putting something on social media keeps you on your toes. The truth is, if I didn't start this challenge, maybe I would not be here on this live, pushing myself and pushing you. Okay? Then there's a challenge for you. If you're a TMG Circle member, this challenge is for you. If you're new to the circle, this challenge is also for you. 10 weeks can change your life. Maybe if you have 600, if you save for 10 weeks, you'll have 6,000. If you save 1,000, you will have 10,000. If you save 100, you will have your 1,000. So don't think it is too late. You can still join at this point. So for the ones who have been saving, step 1, review your tracker and update your current balance. Step 2, if you have fallen behind, make your catch-up plan. Step 3, share your milestones in form of a post or story and tag the Money and Growth Circle. And let's see how many people are keeping up or are keeping themselves on their toes. Okay? Of course, shout out to everybody who is keeping up. Even if I've not seen comments about those people who are keeping up, I would love to see. I know members here who started from the beginning, so you can just drop a comment or whenever you joined and you have been able to consistently continue saving. The purpose, we always say that every time that you commit to this challenge and you continue saving, you're taking yourself closer to ensuring you have discipline and consistency, and ultimately you will be able to take in bigger challenges. So if you can save 10,000 and an amount maybe you thought you would never save, 100,000, 1 million, half a million, 50,000, then it shows you that if you push yourself a little harder, you'll be able to save maybe twice or more than what you have already saved. Yeah. Okay. So I would like us to comment with our balances down here. If you have been saving, no matter which week you started, how much have you saved so far? I'll give you 5 minutes to comment until sometimes people are not engaging. I want people to comment with their saving balance as at week 20, this current week now. Yes. And when I see the comments is when I can close that part. My closing remarks as you comment. I'm sure you can multitask, you can comment, and you can listen. You've already proven you can start. Now prove you can finish strong. Okay? 10 weeks from now, you'll be celebrating 30 weeks of saving discipline. Not just a number, but confidence that comes with being in control of your money. Remember, consistency over perfection always, always, always. Okay? Let's make these 10 weeks our strongest yet. Whether you've been there for the last 20 weeks or you're joining today, we can finish strong as we get ready for the 52-week saving challenge starting the first week of January 2026. Okay, if you're catching up, I'm waiting for your comment. If you're joining, you can also ask any question that you may have so that we close part 1 of this live. Okay, if you're still consistent, just drop a like. You don't have to comment, you can actually drop a like. And if you haven't started, start now. Week 20 is the perfect time to join us. Just in case you have any struggles joining a saving challenge, you'll have the 10 weeks to be able to get over these challenges as we start the 52-week saving challenge. And you'll actually be giving me more pressure than I'm giving you now. I'm just loving the way people are engaging and pushing me as because this is a community. This is not about me. This is a community. So when I see pressure from your end, I love, 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 love that because that tells me we are on the same page. Yeah. Let's grow together. 1 week, one goal, one habit at a time. 2 minutes for you to comment, and then we go to the next part of this live. And we will only go to the next part when I see a few comments and a few likes, so that I know we. And of course, if you're new and you would like to know more about this challenge, you can definitely ask the question here. Sometimes I'm overwhelmed. I can't be able to answer all the DMs or the comments. So drop your question here. This is a free community. We are not here to judge. Even if you have your 100 shillings, even 50. By the way, I've told people there is that app called Chooms where you can save 5 shillings. So don't think you don't have money to save. No matter how little, you can save whatever you have. Yes. I can see the likes. Now I'm waiting for the comments so that I know we are all on the same page. Unless you talk to me, I'll not be able to know that we are ready to proceed. Thank you, Deja Vu. He's ready to proceed. Who else is ready to proceed? Who else is joining the challenge now? I don't want to lock any questions out. Thank you, Alice. So that tells me that everybody is at par with the challenge, and whether you have been participating or you're joining today, then you understand the challenge end to end. The likes tell me that we have members who are active and who are keeping up. So that is one assurance that I wanted to see, so that we go to the next thing. Okay, so I will assume the likes are telling me we are good to go with the um, 30 weeks saving challenge. Okay, if there is any other thing, you can drop it in the comment section.